And I'm gonna move that and microphone myself. And apparently we're live. It says live.
Oh, hello.
Good morning. How's everybody today? We are alone on the live.
Oh, we're never alone.
You sure about that? Oh, actually, we're not alone. Wow, we have a Bethany and a Nixia and a whole lot of other people. Everybody's popping in.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Let me, here, I'll put these here while
While you get ready.
Yeah, I got to set up all the cameras and everything.
Oh,
Give me one second.
We're running a little behind this
Donna
morning.
hit traffic this morning.
I hit so much traffic. OMG, it's ridiculous. The traffic.
How is everybody doing?
There's a lot of hellos. Hello, Mr. Best Artist. That's cute. Wow, there's a whole lot of people here today.
Good morning, good morning.
Let's see. It's not even registering concurrent viewers yet. Oh, I see Marguerite. What's the tea? I have no gossip, but the tea of the morning is the Harrod's tea. This is the third cup of the day. Thank God I brought 2 cups with me as I was traveling in traffic this morning. I'm good. I have school today, though. Couldn't miss this stream. You're so cute. I'm glad I can tune in on your live stream this morning. Oh, that's a viewer. I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you?
Hello.
The drawings would make great bookmarks. They would indeed, wouldn't they?
I was thinking it'd be kind of fun to turn it all into one poster with the alphabet, and everything. A is for Aha, B is for Bon Jovi, kind of thing.
How are you doing since the last live? Are you feeling better?
I'm getting better slowly. It's funny because it's like it's been one thing after another. So
literally,
I've had a lot of little health things that I've been dealing with on top of the mental health stuff. So I'm getting better. I'm learning to handle it better. Health issues I'm finding out much different for people who are autistic than people who are neurotypical. So I'm learning about that as well. So all is good. All is good. Okay, let's see here. I think I got everything lined up. Let me just hit record, and then I could start drawing.
Okay. We're here for it.
Okay.
Hi, Scott. I'm starting my travel journal, and yesterday I drew out my first page, and today I'm inking it. Any tips for those who are starting?
That's fantastic.
Have fun.
Yeah, have fun. Don't leave yourself room for writing. Don't just try to make like a big piece of art. Remember, it's a journal. So I would say do that. Just give yourself that time and that space on your page to write, to maybe put stickers. It's you're not creating a grand gallery piece. You're creating a journal.
What are we doing today?
We are doing John Taylor, the bassist for Duran.
Sweet.
So now, Def Leppard is my favorite band of the 80s, really.
Me too.
No, I think Huey Lewis might be, or Richard Marx.
Oh,
but
Richard Marx is like, he doesn't have he's
but
considered a
that said, looking at who to paint,
probably Huey.
John Taylor's hair beats Def Leppard's hair any day. So I had to do that.
You sure?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Huh?
We would like to see your photo reference.
Oh, hold on a second.
I know you guys are going to ask, so he might as well just show us the photo reference now, right? I mean, hi, Ellen. My mother loves this band. She was in her own fan club when she was younger, had a shirt and everything. You're so funny.
Can you guys see it?
Yep, we can see it.
That's John Taylor.
Oh, he was pretty. I remember that. Oh, he was
Yeah.
pretty. Oh, he was so pretty. Look at that
Yeah,
jawline. Oh my God. See, look how gorgeous that hair is.
And then when you look up Def Leppard, you're like, yeah, no, I'm painting John Taylor.
Yeah, but they had a different kind of sexy going on.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing besides the traffic?
We're doing good, thank you. We're
Scott's doing good. I'm recovering from traffic. Ooh, Spike just came back from the bookstore. Love me a good bookstore.
I think we're on a road to recovery. Getting older. I think when you're younger, you think that just things are just going to keep getting better and better and easier. And I don't think that's how it works. There's always new challenges and, things that happen to you in the past, even though they might not have bother you normally, can sometimes manifest physically, trauma and things like that. And so we're learning about those things, and we're learning how to deal with that and be healthier for it, So
yeah, what he said. I think you just have to fight it more once you hit 50. You have to fight aches and pains and aging, and you have to be... If I could give all of you any advice at all, and I've heard this from multiple podcasts that I've watched about women as we age and things like that, do the strength training, do the exercises, get yourself into a place where you're fit in your 20s and 30s and keep it going, because that is huge.
Yeah.
That will keep you healthy longer.
Exercising when you're younger and continuing to do so will make you healthier when you're older.
It does, and it does carry over. Donna's brain melted with the mention of Richard Marx. Yeah, just a little bit. Just.
We saw him in concert twice, didn't we?
Once.
I thought it was twice.
We saw Whitesnake and then we saw him. Are you going to do the Go-Go's for G?
I might. I haven't thought ahead of G. I've been thinking of F, because I think E is going to be the Eurythmics.
Ooh.
I mean, you can have Erasure and
Oh, is O going to be Oingo Boingo?
It could be, yeah. I mean, it's...
Okay.
Or OMD, because I liked Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark too, but
so,
yeah.
Steph Nerd is here. Let's see. You could make the whole face on a poster. Let's see. I want to start art. Should I buy gouache or watercolor?
I think watercolor is simpler and cheaper, but both are great.
Let's see. You got a couple of tips. I got to find them.
Thank you.
Rivi sent you a tip and said, excited to watch you draw Duran on the live.
Thank you.
You make my day so much better. Love your art, man. I can watch you all day. Scott, where do I go for art supplies? Cosmic Cartoons, where are you located? Are you in the United States or are you outside of the United States? And then we'll be able to help you.
There's a link to all of the art supplies that I use, and I usually get them at Blick.
We've bought a few things at Michael's, and we have a local art supply store, Plaza Art, that Bethany Primrose did a lovely love letter to Plaza Art in her on her channel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did a video about it. She actually kind of had me a little teary-eyed.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very sweet. The people there are really nice.
Yeah, very nice. Local art stores are the best.
Yeah, they really are. We love to work with local stores, local people. We like to give them our business, and occasionally it costs more. Not always, but occasionally it costs more, and it's worth it because you're not feeding the big capitalistic machine that is life. How did you get so good at art? Ooh, can I say the P word?
Yeah.
Practice, practice, practice. And you got to understand he's also 54, so he's had a lot of practice.
Ooh, speaking of P, Pet Shop Boys.
Oh, I love them. Oh
See, but then you also got the Police.
Oh, I love them too.
What other P groups from the 80s?
Say good morning to Gail.
Pat Benatar. No, was she more 70s or 80s?
No, Pat Benatar was 80s. Early 80s.
Okay.
She rocks, by the way, and she has killer hair. Killer hair. We're all about the hair. That's funny. Let's see. My grandpa is making me a post-World War II medic bag, just like yours, for my art supplies. And I want to thank you for the inspiration. That was Carter LeClaire.
That's fantastic.
So first of all, your grandpa is awesome.
Yeah,
Tell
we'd
him
love
that we
to
said
see it.
thank you. And yeah, you need to post it, and we need to see it, and you need to tag us, because that's awesome. Maybe ask him to do some, or video it for him, you know? Scott, have you ever tried the Illo sketchbook? If so, do you have any tips? Because I'm not used to the feel of the paper.
I don't. I've never heard of that.
Illo sketchbook. Let me do a little reconnaissance. Reconnaissance here. Illo sketchbook. Look at that. It even comes right up. Oh, interesting. You can get it on Amazon. Pretty reasonably priced. Let's see. Oh, illosketchbook.com. All right. We will check this out. Let's see. Watching this while attempting to entertain my 3 foster kittens. That's Yellow Labrador. Bethany has foster kittens too. Sanrio Hub says, hello, Scott. I am 11 and I am also autistic, and I love your art. You're my biggest art inspiration, and I will draw similar to you one day.
Oh, thank you.
And they gave you a tip, they said.
Oh, thank you. I look forward to seeing your
I hope you
art.
didn't get into trouble by giving a tip when you're only 11. So, and Sanrio, I love Karobi. He's my favorite. Dark Snowification is back and just had ACL surgery.
Ooh.
Oh no, and my sis was life flighted a month later, but we are both doing better. Wow. Well, I'm glad you're both doing better, and I'm glad you were able to post you're both doing better after you sent me the life flight, because hello. That's scary. Sasha, I'm in the middle of journaling for the second time ever. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.
Thank
Woo-hoo!
you.
We're excited for you. This is only my second day watching Scott drawing live, but now I must watch them all live because Scott, that's Rosilla, Destroyer of Tokyo. Cute name. Scott inspired me to start using watercolors. That's Gladed.
It's funny because I'm feeling like this is giving me some Patrick Nagel vibes. And,
it is right now for sure.
And they used Patrick Nagel for the cover of Rio.
Oh, God.
How cool is that?
That's right.
Do you guys want to see, for some of you who, oh God, I didn't record any of that.
You didn't? Are you kidding? You said you were going to press record.
I recorded the pencils and then I stopped to record the inks.
Oh, dang.
And I didn't
well,
record
now
anything.
you better press record.
Well, I was going to go get Patrick Nagel book.
Emma's here. Hi, Emma. Good afternoon. I know it's tea time for you. Is Donna going to do more journaling videos? I love journaling as well, so it's always fun to watch them. Yes, actually, I have a notebook sitting there that I found yesterday that I need to do a video on. It's actually the stone paper. So
all right, so this is Patrick Nagel's work.
Yeah.
This
is so 80s, you guys.
Yeah, I gotta pick and choose because a lot of the stuff he did was for Playboy. It's very tame, but like,
let's not get banned and say we did.
So this was his work. It was very 80s, very stylized. And I used
find some of the ones with color.
I used to cut. That is with color.
Honey, like
bright
color.
I'm trying to find the.
I love the cover with the bright red lipstick.
Yeah. There's these.
See how 80s these are, you guys?
Yeah.
Like so 80s.
I'm trying to find.
Ooh, that's pretty.
The Rio.
Pretty. Oh, I love that one. Don't we still have a Nagel in the garage?
Yeah, I'll show you. There's the Rio. This is the cover for Rio.
Yeah,
And
it
there's
says
the
Rio
pencils for
Duran
it.
Duran album cover.
Yeah. So this was my favorite. This is the one we have the poster of.
Yeah, we have that in the garage.
My favorite Nagel. Mm-hmm. I've copied that face so many times.
100 million times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh. The P's of art: practice, patience, passion, and persistence. That's awesome.
And Pet Shop Boys.
And Pet Shop Boys, yeah. Prince! Right. Oh, Prince.
Prince! Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh. There you go. God, I used to listen to him all the time in high school. Okay.
All right, I'm going to pretend that I am...
Another P. Pretend.
Yeah. Just see if I can get some...
M for Michael Jackson is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too. All right, let me see if I can...
Okay, you guys have had so many comments this morning. Good afternoon from Ireland. Weight-bearing exercises is what we're talking about. Weight-bearing exercises, like working out with weights, machine weights, free weights, something like that. Something that gets your muscles, that builds muscle. That's what's important. And many doctors have said that. What tea am I drinking? I am drinking the Harrods Knightsbridge blend of tea this morning, and I am on my third cup, and y'all better hope that it wakes me up soon, because I am commuting is no fun. Let's see, blah blah blah. Let's see. Hey Scott, I have a question. We do ceramics here in Spain for fun. Maybe it's a thing to try. I really find it relaxing.
Oh yeah, I did ceramics I think in high school. It was really fun.
I want to do some ceramics. I would like to do that. I'd like to throw some stuff on a pottery wheel.
You just want to be Demi Moore and me be Patrick Swayze.
Oh my God. Yes, because you're so sexy, you could totally pull that off. Oh, now you got me thinking about that. We have not seen the Barbie movie. First I was focused on Richard Marx. Now you got me thinking about a pottery wheel. Good gravy. And then in between, my brain is bouncing in back and forth with traffic. Oh my goodness. My teacher wants to get into art, but he thinks he's too old to start. What should I say to him?
Introduce him to Grandma Moses. She didn't start until her 70s.
Yep. But for the record, we have had so many people come on here who've said, I just started painting and I'm 75.
Yeah. There's no age limit. It's not a contact sport.
No. There's no age limit to art. Art is, anybody can do art. Everybody can do art.
And here's the thing. I really think journaling is the easiest thing to get into. So
an art journal of some kind.
Yeah, just do that.
Hey Scott, I want you to know you've inspired me to paint again.
Oh,
and I'm so happy because I love painting, but I didn't have the motivation for quite some time.
Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that.
Scott does not play any instruments. You're watching Scott do hair right now. And the hair back then was very stiff because...
there was Aquanet.
Yeah, we had the hairspray that was the bomb. Literally that and a lighter could have been a bomb, but that's okay. Let's say... Oh, Ryan! Letter K, hear me out. Kajagoogoo. Okay, that's hysterical, and I love that.
People keep asking for Kate Bush. I didn't listen to her. She got popular, obviously, because of the Stranger Things season.
I don't even remember who she was.
Yeah.
I just want you to know I'm very inspired by you, and you started my art passion. I've always tried to get back into a hobby, and you started art for me. Thank you. That is Isabella.
Thank you, Isabella.
I'm excited that you guys are making time for things for yourself.
Yeah.
You're making time for ceramics. You're making time for painting. You're making time for journaling. I'm excited for you because everybody needs that little thing for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and especially, hear me out. If you are a student, you need a break from your studies. If you're a mom, you need a break from your kids. We love our kids, but you need something just for yourself. If you're working, anybody who's working, you need time away from your job so that you can have that outlet for yourself. Yeah. I'm really, really happy that you guys are joining us on this journey and that you're taking some time for yourselves. It's really important. Jesus Sotos asks, does inking on top of a pencil sketch mess up the fine liner over time?
No. I used to do inks in my travel journal. I used to bring watercolor pencils because once I started the watercoloring, the watercolor pencil would lift up and kind of become watercolor. And so I thought that was kind of cool because I didn't have to bring an eraser. But what's happening is that because I was inking over the watercolor pencil, the inks would come up with it sometimes.
Yeah.
And so in that case, certain pencils will cause the ink not to stick to the paper. But just a number of like a 4H pencil, a very hard pencil, you should be okay.
Let's see. There are lots of tips on watercolor in the Art Hacks playlist, so check out there. Dalton finished the list of fairy tales for their fairy tale journal, and they're going to be doing 19 of them.
Fantastic. I love that you're planning it out.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, Giovanna says, I was really sad at some point because of bullying, and I almost gave up on art thinking it's bad, and then I found you and got back into art, and now I'm practicing almost every day.
Oh, I love to hear that. I'm sorry about the bullying.
But I'm glad that we were able to help you start again, because bullying is just people that...
Yeah.
It's just not good. What's your favorite art supply?
I think my Be Creative sketchbook is my favorite thing right now.
There's a video, Taco, on proportion and perspective.
Taco's another 80s band, putting on the Ritz.
Oh, not again.
What?
Now that's going to be in my head all day.
At least you're not dancing like you were the other day.
Hey, I was doing cute dancing.
Oh, God.
I was cute. I missed art, but I've been practicing my voice acting, and I've even been working on some projects. I need to paint something soon, though. Crayon Chroma!
Fantastic.
I'm amazed by Scott drawing hair. I don't know how he does it. I mean, I see him doing it. Those who don't have hair can draw hair very well.
It's like
I love you, honey.
How Daredevil has super senses because he's blind. So I have super hair senses because I have no hair.
Correct. Crafty Cosplay Girl says good morning, and they literally just woke up.
Oh, well, good morning.
Scott tries not to draw without photo reference, doesn't like to draw out of his head. He likes to draw with photo reference. Okay, so for all of you that are asking about art supplies, go to on savaart.com. There is a resources page. I know the mods have put it in. I've seen it. You can check. There's two lists. One is a list of all of Scott's art supplies. The second list is a list of supplies that he's tried from different companies. And you can see those videos and you can see the things that he's tried. And we always talk about how expensive things are and stuff like that.
All right. I'm going to ask Bethany a question here about that since I keep forgetting to ask.
Yeah.
So when I go to the art supplies we've tried, it's only showing a small portion of that. And then you kind of have to click different categories to see the other ones.
Yes.
And it was confusing to me. I thought, because I was trying to show somebody, where's this, where's that? And I'm wondering, can we get it all on one page, or was there a reason to take it?
We put it into different categories because there were too many, sweetheart.
Yeah. It's not... When you go there, it's not intuitive to know that there's more, is what I'm saying. So I don't know if...
you don't think?
I didn't think so. I don't know if you guys want to check it out and let us know. If it's just me, then I'm totally okay with that.
Okay, let me look really quick. Resources. Scott's art supplies we've tested. So which word do you want me to go? Art supplies we've tested?
Yeah. And then look for... trying to think of something that's way back. Crayola? Crayons or something?
I mean, there's a Crayola playlist right at the top.
Okay.
There's paint supplies, drawing supplies, and Crayola.
Okay, I picked a bad one. Okay,
there's a whole playlist on that.
Find Etcher Labs.
Hold on a second.
Perfect sketchbook.
The most recent things we've tried are on the main page.
Yeah.
So you want me to find the Etcher Labs sketchbook. Okay. drawing supplies is where that would be. Etcher, perfect sketchbook.
All right. Okay.
It's you.
Okay.
Anyway, we love Scott, but, sometimes we have to hold his hand a little bit. Can you paint a bit of London? Oh,
I did.
Honey, Traincraft is asking if we can paint a bit of London. I got to buy some tickets. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get right on that. I got to renew my passport and then we can go paint London.
I have a painting I sent to Ian McKellen that I did at a pub.
Uh-huh.
Let me see if it's on the DeviantArt page.
Why are you drawing on such narrow paper?
I like the aspect ratio. It kind of gives me, it's.
He just enjoys it.
I think it's unique. I like the restrictions of that. Let me see here. One second. Sorry, I'm just looking through.
KK Heimer, draw a red panda. Okay, so let me go here while he's looking for something. You guys need to understand, too, that art supplies and paper sizes and things like that, you get to pick what you like to draw on. You get to pick the size. Some people love doing writing and doing art in an 8x8, a square sketchbook. I personally cannot stand square sketchbooks. It drives me crazy. It doesn't fit in a bag.
DeviantArt.
It doesn't fit in a bag. It doesn't fit anywhere. It makes me uncomfortable and I don't like it. Now, somebody else might really like that. Scott just likes this type of paper size. You might like something that's a horizontal paper. You might like something that's a ringed
first of all,
notebook.
It is a horizontal paper.
It's not. You're
I'm just
using
doing it vertically.
It could be vertical or horizontal.
It's the same thing as when TV came out. It was the aspect ratio was pretty square.
That's not a square. That's a rectangle.
It was pretty square. I said not a square. It was pretty square. And then you had movies which were in like super wide screen, like old westerns and stuff like that. And then now we've got 16:9. But it's a way of telling a story by using composition. And we were doing that when we were doing the thumbnails, if you remember. You can get, like when I was doing the hair journals and I was doing them double both the bottom and the top, both pages, you get kind of a unique thing with the hairs going even bigger. And I think that's what I like about using very unique, narrow materials and aspect ratios.
I like your word unique. That was good.
It gives you a fun story to tell because, you really, if I was to do his whole head, his head would be this small. But this way I can get half his head and you can kind of see what it is. And I think they're fun. So it's just, there's so many ways to tell a story. You can do it with your line art. You could do it with the character composition. You could do it with negative space. You could do it with composition. You could do it with the aspect ratio of your canvas. And so these are all ways that you can make your art unique. I could do the same piece on a more rectangle, kind of thing, and I don't think it will be as powerful as on these little half ones. And that's my goal, is to try to find the best way to tell a story. And sometimes it's as simple as limiting your canvas.
So all of that to say, if you want to draw on a little tiny 2-inch by 3-inch piece of paper, or a 20-inch by 30-inch piece of paper, or if you want to be Bethany and do 20 feet by 30 feet, you can do that too. You get, the best part about this is you get to pick what makes you happy.
But it's another choice that you as a creative person get to make. And I think that's the great thing. Because could you imagine if every artist had to paint on the same type of canvas or use the same type of materials or paint the same subject matter? You know what I'm saying? It would be very boring. We all get to choose that stuff. And this is one of the choices that I'm making. And I don't do it all the time. But it's one of the choices that you make.
It is indeed.
I saw this paper and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And if you remember when I was doing the Gothic vampire, I cropped the top and the bottom to give it more of that widescreen kind of feel. And I liked that.
But that's your preference.
It's my preference. Not all the time, but it is my preference sometimes. Sometimes I just feel like if you have like let's say if I have a character over here and then some pillars and then like mountains in the background and then another character over here and they're kind of looking at each other, right? It gives you the space of distance. Did they have an argument? Is this a first meeting or something like that? But if you've got a...
Did her husband annoy her?
Yeah, if you've got a painting and they're literally right here next to each other, there's this, like they're having a close conversation. There's no romance to it. And that's what you're looking for, is you're looking for that distance. You're looking for that feeling of open space.
Okay, so the tea of the day is the Harrods Knightsbridge blend. It's that strong breakfast stuff. And clearly it's not strong enough, so I may have to go up to the liquid crack at some point. Hi from Texas. I've been struggling to get motivation to do art recently, and if there are any tips to gain more motivation, that would help me so much. Thank you, and I love your art.
Oh, yeah. There's a video on Art Block. That might really help you. Okay, hold on a second. Is this waterproof?
Oh,
Yes,
dear God in heaven, please don't shake that over the painting again.
Okay.
You're scaring me.
I am going to...
Do you need water?
I do, but I'm going to just grab a bad paintbrush because I'm going to use ink.
And there is a container of bad paintbrushes on his desk. Don't ask me which ones those are. I don't know. Let's see.
I'm in Kim Diaz's home territory now.
You are. You're in the ink category. An ink with a brush. Is this waterproof?
Yeah, I just checked.
Okay, good, because you'll need to have it waterproof for the watercolors. Let's see. My day has come, Duran.
I am not liking this shoulder here.
No?
Yeah.
You should do Elton John for E. He just did Elton John on a record, so I don't know if he'll do Elton John again. I have no idea, but I wake up and Scott starts streaming and I join immediately without even having breakfast. I haven't slept in 2 days, but Scott always makes things more bearable.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's no fun. Let's see. I've pulled an all-nighter. Oh no. 2 Mountain Dews. I'm currently at 2 Mountain Dews and 4 cups of coffee. Wow, you are... If that doesn't wake you up, you need to go back to bed. Have you tried water-based oils? They are a lot like slow-drying acrylic, good for blending.
I have tried them. And again, I just can't get used to the slow-drying part of that sentence.
Ryan says there are famous artists studied in art history textbooks that didn't start painting until they were in their 40s. And again, Grandma Moses in her 70s.
Okay. I am going to not water this. I'm going to put this over here.
Do you need a piece of, yeah, you do. Paper towels. He needs paper towels.
Yeah. I don't know how that ink got on me.
I don't know either, but it's kind of funny. Every time I write with my fountain pen, I wind up with ink on me. But I always like it because it's writer's blood, so it makes me happy, which I know is silly, but that's okay. There's lots of tips for watercolor in the Art Hacks playlist. So start there, and if you have specific questions, we can answer those. But just tips is just a hard one, like if you're asking for just tips. Scott doesn't typically draw without photo reference.
Oh, erase the pencil lines.
Let that dry, though, the ink.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've never really watched lives, honestly. Well, welcome.
Well, welcome.
Steph Nerd says, I have Hungry Like the Wolf, Girls on Film, Holding Back the Rain, and Rio playing on a loop in my brain. I get that, and I feel your pain.
For me, it's Save a Prayer.
Let's see. We have not watched Oppenheimer yet, and we have not watched the Barbie movie yet.
I haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse yet either.
He hasn't seen that, yeah. Hi, I'm Nandini from India. I wanted to ask you why you like to draw and paint hair. What is it in you that you like? Of course, it's your opinion, but what do you like about it? Thanks.
I think I just like the flow of it. Like, you can create shapes with it, like you can't with a face as much, but there's these cool little things that you could do with it. And then once I started getting into Art Nouveau and seeing the things that they did with that, really made me like hair even more. I think that's art and clothing. They have movement. That
I love it when you draw folds in clothes.
Yeah, I love big flowy dresses.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't get to do that too often when I'm doing little 90-minute paintings. And so I've mostly been doing just portraits because of that.
I just joined to an argument about sketchbook. No, it wasn't an argument about sketchbook shapes. It's everybody always asks when you guys come on here. Everybody always wants to know, what's the best pencil? What's the best pen? What's the best sketchbook? What's the best paint? And really, truthfully, the best is what works best for you.
There's a video on that. Best art supply is the one that works best for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's the one that makes you want to do art. I open up my Archer and Olive notebook and I grab my fountain pen and I want to write. And it makes me so happy. And I don't want to touch any other pens anymore. I just don't want to write with them. I've bring down a fountain pen and a notebook every morning for our lives because that's what I want to write with.
Blow dryer. You want to do that?
Oh, yeah. I'll mute you. Okay. Okay. I am reading the chat, but sometimes, and I'm reading the live chat, but sometimes I get a little behind because Scott answers questions and then you guys keep asking questions. And so there's so many in the chat. So sometimes I get behind, so sorry. We love trains in this house, for the person who asked if we love trains.
Yes.
I love all the tiny pencils in the gap between the wood planks. That's cute. Let's see. I've seen so many bad reviews on Canson watercolor paper. Is it true the hype is fake?
I used Canson for years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long time.
It is really good for beginners. Mm-hmm. Some of my best paintings are on Canson. Mm-hmm. But once I discovered
be creative.
Well, once I discovered 100% cotton paper.
Oh, yeah.
I really went, oh, okay. The watercolors just look so much more vibrant. There's a video on paper and on comparing paper, and you'll see Canson paper, you'll see Arches paper, you'll see all different papers, and you'll see the difference.
Yeah.
That said, you can create masterpieces with Canson. It's just you have to try both, and you have to see. And I would say try the Be Creative sketchbook. That's my favorite. I like it better than this Arches. Try Be Creative and compare it to a Canson and just see.
Okay.
Blow dryer.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Gotta come over here. Wait, where is the cursor? I'm sorry. I'm gonna get better at this. Okay, let's give you back the audio so people can. Gail, stop sending tips.
Gail, did we get a chance to thank you for the lovely...
We did. We did not get a chance to thank Gail for that.
It was amazing.
It's beautiful.
You are so kind
and so
freaking talented.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
She says, the piece looks great so far. I've never been good at drawing hair and couldn't figure it out. Watching your process really cracked the code for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Gail.
The blow dryer isn't that loud anymore. But that's because I'm mute.
Yeah, we've decided that Donna can take the extra minute and mute me. And you'll still kind of hear it in the distance because there's two microphones. But the close one, you won't hear it.
Yeah. What do you feel before starting a painting? Like, are you confident with yourself? Or have there been moments where you would be a little worried about it if you're actually going to finish it well? If yes, what do you do at those times?
Oh, every painting that I start, including every live, I am apprehensive. He's
always afraid he's going to blow it.
I mean, if you saw the video for Cyndi Lauper, I wasn't thrilled with it. It wasn't what I had in my head, and that's. But I've been doing it enough to know that it's just paper and paint. If it doesn't come out well, I could try again. It's a little more disappointing when you're doing it live in front of people because you want to, no one wants to do work that, isn't their best. But I think of it like baseball. It's like baseball. No one bats 1,000.
Ah,
you know what I'm saying?
True.
Like
not unless they're on steroids.
No one looks at Hank Aaron or Joe DiMaggio or Babe Ruth or any of the
the greats
and say, oh, but look at all the times they struck out. Like they don't have video of these people striking out.
No,
they only show their best stuff and
the highlight reel.
The highlight reel. And so I think you make art, and if 1 out of 10 is something you really like, that's your highlight. That's your that's your home run. That's the one that you're gonna remember. And so it's really just not dwelling on the bad art. And so I think at this point, I just make the art, and whatever happens. It's also different when you're doing it for yourself compared to doing it for a client. Because I came up as illustration. I was illustration major, and you definitely feel much more pressure when you're being paid to do something, and it's going to be on the cover of a magazine or something like that. Yeah, you want your best. But we, as people who are just posting our work online, we don't have that kind of pressure. We have more eyeballs on our work, but we don't have that kind of pressure because we're not getting paid to do a job.
Touché.
I'm gonna add a little bit of red
Drawing
to his hair.
the Spirit's Demise is drawing their first pencil drawing in like a decade, and wanted to say thanks because it was actually the pencil review video that made me want to use them. I'm very excited now.
Oh, fantastic!
Kium says entire worldview changes when you find better art supplies.
It really does.
And Amelia says, hi, just joined the stream. How are you doing this morning?
Hi, Amelia. How are you?
What's your favorite movie or TV show?
Oh gosh, favorite movie is The Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm. Mine's Pride and Prejudice, the
Yeah.
6-hour A&E version.
My favorite TV show is either The West Wing, Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Yeah, that was really good.
Justified, the original Law and Order.
Yeah, those were good.
My favorite cartoons were Speed Racer, Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny, hands down. Hands down, Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Although I do have a little PTSD from it's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Come inside, it's fun inside.
Boom, boom,
Boom, boom. Oh my God. It's because our boys watch that every
Blow dryer.
single day. Hold on. There you go. Holy says, I want to ask, do you like traditional art or digital art more?
I personally like traditional art more.
But we have plenty of friends who do beautiful digital art.
Yeah.
So-
No, me personally making art, I prefer traditional.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, is Winsor & Newton 13-piece Cotman watercolor set worth it?
Yeah, there's the $25 travel kit that I have linked on my site. That's the same kit, but just not the Cotman that I'm using. It's a fantastic travel kit if you're doing that. If they have like a 13-piece tube set, definitely try that. I like tubes. All of the paints you're seeing me use is from tubes.
You just prefer tubes.
It's more economical.
Yeah.
You know, but Cotman is really a good. Anything Winsor & Newton is a good brand to start with. It's what I use professionally.
Okay. So a guilty confession is that, yes, I do like the Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice. It bothers me to no end that it is not more accurate to the story, which is why I love the 6-hour version, because it is, of course, it's 6 hours long, so they had plenty of time to make it more accurate to the story. However, the romantic moments from that version and the way they look at each other was just, forget it. Like, it's beautiful. But I do feel like the 6-hour version is better. I'm sorry, Misty. Nixia says, Donna, no, I'm going to have that stuck in my head. She is also having PTSD with Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Your kids have good taste, so that's funny. Honey, what's your favorite color? Tell the world.
Payne's Gray.
We have played Mario Karts. Do you have a hobby aside from art? Do you do anything else?
I've been playing a lot of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, but aside from that, no. We've been kicking him to try
Art
to.
used to be my hobby.
Now it's your job, and
Get me
now
a
who's
movie.
laughing
Get
now?
me a movie and art will be my
for
hobby
God's
again.
sakes.
The reason why I don't have a hobby is because Donna is lazy and she can't do anything.
I can't do anything right.
No,
I
you
can't.
can't.
I know.
You have one job. One job.
I know.
That and making scones.
Which we all know I can do very well. Oh, crap. That's right.
What?
I need to make more.
Yeah.
Stop. I understood from your videos that you've been drawing since high school. Actually, he's been drawing since he was 6, but only seriously since high school. What pushed you to continue drawing beyond the doodles on the side of the notebook?
When I got to like my junior year, I started getting asked, where are you going to college? What are you going to do? You know, the stupid counselors and parents and everything asking you stupid questions like that. And
Stupid parents.
Stupid parents.
Now you are the stupid parent.
I am. So I had to pick something, and I was not good at anything. And so
That's not true. You were good at chewing gum in class.
Yeah.
Skateboarding?
Skateboarding, yeah. I couldn't turn skateboarding in. They didn't have skateboarding in college.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They didn't.
But that said, so I decided to go into art. I went to art school. And it was the one thing I was just good at. And so I pursued that.
He did indeed.
Sorry, it's not that glamorous. Like, I've known since I was... No. I wanted to be the artist on Spider-Man.
Oh my God, he always wanted to be the artist.
But you don't think about it as a career choice until you're forced to make a decision. Where are you going to go to college? What are you going to do with your life? You know, up until then, it wasn't something I thought about.
Scott's never tried doing pottery. Have you ever heard of Shelley Duvall's fairy tale theater?
I think I have, yeah.
I have not. It's really interesting how you see paint as like more watery because you're mostly watercolor and gouache artists, but people who go for oil and acrylic work so different.
Yeah.
Thank you for being so open about your autism. It's comforting to see my favorite artists speak about struggles while I'm in the process of getting diagnosed. It makes me feel less alone. That's Dead Lemon.
My pleasure. I'm walking a fine line since I've lived my entire life undiagnosed. I'm walking a fine line of feeling like I am appropriating autism.
But you're not.
I know I'm not. I'm learning about it, and I'm learning all of the things that I've
You just
lived
feel
with.
like you are.
I feel like that. And so...
Talk about imposter syndrome, people.
Yeah, a lot of imposter syndrome. So I'm talking about it as I'm learning about it, but I am trying not to talk about it with any authority because I'm still learning. And so I if it helps, fantastic. Thank you.
When you blow dry the piece, does the watercolor spread or stay where it is? Well, you're watching him blow dry right here.
If the watercolor is very wet, it will move around. I know. Hold on, Mr. Clock. All right. I know from the look of it, if there's too much water in it, I know not to blow dry it, or I might dab it with with the paper just to kind of get some of the water off. But usually I've gotten pretty good about leaving the right amount. Shaking it back and forth, because like if you hold it in one direction, it's going to move. But if you kind of go back and forth, it makes the water kind of jiggle rather than move in one direction. And, that's why you'll see me do this.
Have you ever tried not inking a piece?
Yes.
And just going off the sketch?
Yeah, I have. And I've tried different styles like that. I don't ink when I do gouache paintings, but I have done watercolors. I just find them very light and very soft. And I like my stuff to be a little more bold. All right, I'm picking a background color.
Kira in Turkey says, "Hey Scott, you inspired me throughout my art challenges, and it would be a dream for you to comment to them in your YouTube channel." So we're commenting now.
We're commenting. Hello.
Let's see.
All right, we're gonna go with red violet. Oh, that might be too.
Stop! It's gonna match his hair.
Yeah,
What's the
it's
matter
too
with
close.
you? Why do you use a Swissmatic bag for your art supplies, or does it just work for you?
Oh, I'm using it because I like it and it fits everything. Yeah, I've
It's
tried
an
so many.
aesthetic, right?
I guess you could say that.
How did you learn to draw portraits of people?
Practice.
He's standing in front of ink trying to pick the color. Stranger Things fan sent you a tip.
Oh, thank you.
Apparently it's a super sticker. I don't know what that means.
All right, so I have done like a greenish blue, and yellow.
The blow dryer is helpful. Otherwise, you guys would be sitting here watching paint dry.
I think I need to go with red.
I'm in high school, and how many times have I had to draw things I didn't want for money? I wanted to ask your opinion on the whole issue.
You want to know how many times you have to draw things for money?
No, they said, I'm in high school. How many times I've had to draw things for money that I didn't want to? They want to ask your opinion on having to draw things for money that you didn't want to.
It's like I used to do commissions, and I never liked commissions because I'm always worried that the people aren't going to like what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I like drawing what I want to draw.
And there have been people
Yeah.
who have commissioned him to do something and then have decided that they didn't like it once they got their commission. And it was like, okay, you sent us a picture and it looks exactly like the picture.
If I do pink and he's right next to... I think pink would look nice. What do you think?
I think you can do whatever makes you the most happy, but as long as it doesn't clash with his hair.
Okay, I'll do pink.
Because dude got some hair.
Yeah. But yeah, I honestly, the joy for an artist is to paint what they want and to get paid for it. That's the goal, right? Mm-hmm. Is to paint the things that make them happy, and then people giving them money for that. That's a goal.
But it's very subjective.
What's subjective?
Art, so people might not always like what you like to draw.
Of course. But I mean, if someone is hiring you to do something, mm-hmm. they like your work. So my point is you have people... That's, I think, the difference between an illustrator and a fine artist. Mm-hmm. So I went to school to be an illustrator. And I forgot to hit record again. Hold on. I went to school to be an illustrator, which means I learned how to take assignments and please a client. Mm-hmm. And I was okay with that.
Can you stop putting that pink over his hair? You're killing me.
Honey, what are you talking about?
Right by the curl, it looks different. See the curl on his forehead? To the left of that. You put the...
Okay, it's fine. It'll dry.
Okay.
All right. But I did that, and I can't say, I did Star Trek covers and stuff like that, and those were great. But dealing with clients is not fun. But some people have the temperament for that. Some people are really good at that. Some people really don't come up with their own ideas unless someone's assigning them something. Mm-hmm. So it really, there's so many factors that goes into that. Yeah. Are you the kind of person who likes to be given a challenge? I need you to do this postage stamp, mm-hmm. and we need to do Teddy Roosevelt, in your style or something like that. Is that something that you would find interesting? Or do you just want to paint the stuff that you want to paint? And if that's the case, and you have to kind of traverse that world of fine art, and it's a little easier because of social media, but there's still all of that you kind of got to figure out. I hope that helps. Blow dryer.
Oh, all right, hold on. Good. Where's that? I live in India and I cannot afford any good art materials. What do you suggest?
Paper and pencil. Just get really good at drawing. Use your work up your drawing skills. That's the cheapest thing you can do. Work up those drawing skills, and then when you're able to afford nicer stuff, then you move into that, and then you will be so far ahead because your drawing skills will be so good.
Anne Marie says, sending all the love your way on this wonderful Wednesday.
Thank you, Anne Marie.
Hi, Anne Marie. Scott has not tried the Ohuhu watercolors. Okay. So he stole the blow dryer from me. There is not a specific type of blow dryer. He just stole it from me. It's a regular blow dryer.
You just want it to be hot. And that's it.
What's your favorite bracelet?
Ooh, I like this one. The one from Suyestra was the artist.
Dale, I think. Is his name Dale? Do you like Bob Ross and his Happy Little Trees?
I like Bob Ross's attitude. I never watched his show. I mean, I was never into landscapes, but he seemed like an absolutely wonderful person.
Nixia is correct. I am drinking the Harrods tea this morning. When you use the blow dryer, how does it not blow the paint around?
You just want to make sure that you don't use too much water. It's really just knowing how much water to use.
Who is your favorite artist? And Nixia answered that. Donna's obsession with the hair. Seriously, honestly, do it right. How do you get past an art block? I seem to find it hard, as every time I draw or make a piece of art, I end up with the same block.
I made a video about that, but essentially, it's you got to give yourself challenges. Like I didn't make content for a few weeks. I was just burnt out, and so I decided, okay, I'm going to do something that's just going to be something fun that I don't have to overthink. And so I came up with, I'll do the alphabet with 80s bands. And that's it. It came from just going, oh, I've got this piece of really small, thin piece of paper. What can I do with it? And that was it. That was really, and so come up with something. I've done sketchbooks where I go, I'm just going to paint the characters of Harry Potter. Or I'm going to do the characters from Lord of the Rings. So I'm not thinking of what am I going to draw each day. I just know, pick a different Harry Potter character and go with it. Come up with something or follow one of the challenges that I've done.
Okay. Let's see. Do I have a favorite store for ordering stationery? This person recently bought waxed seal stamps for journaling and occasional letters. I like the Archer and Olive notebooks, but I have bought stationery from Goulet Pens. They have a beautiful selection of inks for my fountain pens. I have bought washi tape from the washi tape shop. I have bought washi tape from Simply Gilded. I have bought notebooks and pens from Jet Pens. Traveler's Notebook has some beautiful notebooks that you can put into traveler's journals, so you can take it with you. Aiden has a question and would like to know how you know what you should draw, because I'm always worried that I'm going to waste my art supplies I spent good money on.
I do the same thing. I really do. I have learned to work with the cheaper supplies when I don't know what I want to do, and use the more expensive supplies when I go, oh God, this will be really cool. So that's what I do, is I have cheaper stuff that I will just use for my daily stuff. Now, granted, this Arches isn't technically cheap, but I got it on sale. And so I'm okay with it. But, I have those big pads of Arches paper that I have had for years. And I only just broke that one out and did the Gothic vampire piece that took me a couple weeks to do. Sometimes you just don't touch your good stuff until you have an idea that you feel that it's worth doing. But you should have cheaper materials that you can use daily.
Yeah, like a cheap sketchbook and a pencil that you want to just put stuff together. We do sell Scott's art. We have a website, and we do sell Scott's art on that website. Why don't the colors bleed together?
Because I blow dry them in between.
Let's see. Do you have it? You guys, I keep telling you, he never knows what he's going to do one day from the next. But they're asking, what are you going to do tomorrow?
Oh, Friday? I'm leaning towards the Eurythmics. I know Elton John. I have painted Elton John several times, so there's
so many times.
Like people have been saying, you got to do Freddie Mercury or Q for. I've painted Freddie Mercury. I've painted David Bowie so many times. So I'm trying
to paint something different.
Yeah, there's like
How to Draw with Kevin Colston. Is this painting 50% off?
Hey Kevin, how are you?
Donna has her own channel. Yes, he's using a reference photo. Ryan says Annie Lennox is iconic.
That's what I'm thinking. So, God, I feel like I could have made him a little bigger.
I think I'm trying your idea of Octavia in my GCSE art exam.
Oh, that's great.
So,
as I'm thinking of this as like a series, see, I could have made that bigger, couldn't I? And this head could have maybe taken up a little bit more. You do your best, right? But as I'm thinking of this as a series, I want to make sure that at some point I have somebody with darker skin. Because it's all going to look very similar.
And now you've got 3 guys and a woman.
Yeah, I got 3 guys and a woman, so your Eurythmics would definitely be, and but I also, I could have done Shaka Khan. I didn't listen to Shaka Khan, so this is really, so I'm trying to, I definitely have to do M has got to be Michael Jackson, because I did listen to Michael Jackson.
You guys, everything has to be subjective. If you're doing art for yourself, it's got to be art supplies that you like. And it's got to be a subject matter that you want to paint.
But that said, and this is the thing that I'm learning. So I'm going to, hold on a second. I'm going to go and get...
While you get that, I'm going to answer the how do you get past writer's block. On my channel, under the community page, I have prompts, journaling prompts. So if I get stuck and I don't know what I want to write, I look at a journaling prompt and I go with a journaling prompt. And that helps me get started writing.
Okay. So can you guys see this okay? Or is this light?
Oh, the thing is, there you go. Also, the white pen was a Uniball Signo pen.
Okay. So Alphonse Mucha, was a big inspiration for me, in my 40s.
Before that, even.
No, this is...
Nothing?
Yeah. So this is where I kind of came up with just, I got into the whole Art Nouveau style, right? But he was Czechoslovakian or something like that. I forget.
No.
He's from the Czech Republic. Is where he's from, okay? He was from the Czech Republic, living in Paris, all right? He had... His models were, like the same 3 or 4 women that he used for his paintings. what happens
I
is
mean, it's a little blown out. Can you move that light?
how about that?
No, it's worse.
That's worse. Oh.
Yeah. Nope. It's just blown out.
I know, honey.
Oh, okay.
See you walk into the thing.
Nope, that didn't help either. Look, it's still blown out. Maybe angle it away from the... Not thrilling me today.
Okay. Anyways, the point is that what happens is when you look at it in a retrospective, it's just the same faces over and over and over again. And I started to notice that in my art as I was doing as I was looking at my paintings that I was doing. I was using the same models in everything I was doing. Mm-hmm. And I as we grow older, as we discover, as we make new friends, as we discover new cultures, as we just, we realize that the world is not the same four faces over and over and over again. And some people, I mean, Patrick Nagel, I showed you, all of his faces look the same too. If you look at a lot of artists, they look the same. And people like that stuff. They like your work because you're. But for me, I'm trying to show the world as I see it.
Right.
That's
the artist's responsibility, though.
It is, but like I said, there's no right or wrong. It's just for me. I think.
Oh yeah, there is. You're always wrong.
I think that when I'm doing something, like when I was doing the hair journal, it's like, okay, I don't want. My favorite thing to do is a woman with red hair.
Oh God.
I love
green eyes,
red hair. That's my favorite. Okay, I've painted that. I'm doing a series. I don't want to paint the same thing over and over and over again, even though that's my favorite thing to. And so I learned how to draw black hair. I learned how to draw Asian hair. I learned how to draw, Indian people. I've learned how to draw, and that's the thing, is to learn. There's so many different shades. There's so many different textures. There's so many different looks and skin types, and so that's what I'm thinking of, even when I'm doing something as simple as the 80s. And so I'm constantly balancing between what were my favorite bands, who are my favorite musicians, who's got the best hair to draw.
Yeah.
But also, you don't want just a bunch of white British people, men, and so.
Well,
I'm thinking of that stuff. And like I said, there's no right or wrong. There's no, you're a bad person for doing this or doing that. It's just, that's what I'm thinking of. And so that's why I just thought I would explain why I'm doing the things I'm doing and why some of the choices might be. Like I said, my favorite band of the 80s was Def Leppard, but I picked Duran because I liked John Taylor's hair.
Such good hair. And what a jawline. Woo.
Yeah.
Hello. I have tried the Zebra Sarasa pens, the brush pens and the fine point pens. I don't like the brush pens. I like the fine point pens. The Tombow brush pens are a little more my speed. And then I have a couple of brush pens that are Archer and Olive brush pens that I like to use. Let's see. We have not watched Good Omens season 2. I haven't. Have you?
Not yet, no.
Let's see. I think we're good. Oh, look, he's signing it. Yay, good for you.
I forgot to sign it.
Tell me about a day in your life as an artist, and then we're going to wrap up.
Day in my life as an artist. I'm up at around 6 or 7. Lately, I've been going for a little walk out front for about a mile. Nothing
right
big.
After you wake up.
Yeah, and then I come down, I check all of the emails and the websites, and I try to read as many comments as possible. I get ready for a live on if it's a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. I do the live like this, and then I'll go and I'll sit down on the couch for a little bit. Sometimes Donna will make scones, and
sometimes Donna's too tired to make scones.
yeah. And then fortunately today's not one of those days. And then what I'll do is I will at some point I'll call my mom. And then I will come downstairs and I will get the footage from the live and I will edit a video. That'll take a couple hours. And then I'll grab some lunch and the rest of the day I might play some Zelda or take phone calls or whatnot. So
typically take phone calls.
yeah, and then that's about it. That's been me trying to not work too much. There's been weeks where there's a lot of movie stuff going on and a lot of meetings and a lot of
so many meetings.
Working on scripts and stuff like that. But for the most part, that is a very typical slow artist day. And I've been learning to I'm so used to just things being busy, and I'm learning to just take the time to just relax a little bit.
He's trying. He's not doing too great at it, but he's trying.
I'm learning.
You are. Yeah. Okay. So, I think we're gonna let you guys go today. And
thank you all for hanging out with us.
Yeah. They want to know how far along you are in Zelda.
I'm trying to say it without giving away any spoilers, but we'll just say I have to go into the underworld to go beat the bad guy. And I've been holding it off because I'm doing all of the side quests. I've already got the Master Sword and I've got 5 sages. So I'm trying not to spoil it for anybody who hasn't gotten that far. But I'm doing every possible side quest I can just because when I played Breath of the Wild... I rushed through to save Zelda, and then the game ended, and I couldn't go and explore the world, do any of the side quests. And so I felt really bad, and so I went and I had to restart the whole game all over again. And I only got about a third of the way in, and I was just like, I don't want to do all this again because I had already built Link up to where I had the Master Sword, and I had all my stamina, and I had and all the cool stuff, and so anyways, so this time around, I'm just going, Zelda can wait.
I've tried the Moleskine notebooks. They don't work too well with fountain pens. The Leuchtturm are supposed to be really good for fountain pens. I haven't tried those yet either, but I'm going to acquire a Leuchtturm notebook and try that. Aaron G, yes. People want to pronounce them that way. I pronounce it another way. We can also start an argument. She's saying people in England start an argument on how to pronounce scones or scones. And the big argument is it Devonshire or is it Cornish? And I will leave you with that. Just for the record, I'm Cornish. So I hope you guys all have a great day and a wonderful Wednesday. And we will see you guys
on Friday.
Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, Linux for the Eurythmics, I think, is what we're going to do.
Okay, well, there you go. But don't hold your breath because he could change it. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.